In the book called The Wild, Jack London's main character Buck shows a very different lifestyle in the end of the book, which is a completely different lifestyle from when he lived in California. Buck goes from a dog who doesn't do anything, has lots of shelter, food, water and is very domestic to a dog who is the leader of a wolf pack. Buck started off as a very domestic dog who lived in California and had everything. Now Buck is learning how to survive in the wilderness. When Buck first started, wasn't sure on how to survive in the wild with a short amount of resources. Since Buck wasn't used to so little food, he decided to steal some bacon from the owner so he wouldn't starve to death. At the same time Buck was learning to fight back, so he then soon started to start fights, which isn't good because he would be beaten with a golf club. Buck was becoming such like a wild dog, he and Spitz were fighting and Buck ended up killing Spitz. Buck also had to learn how to survive the cold nights but didn't know how to, so he looked at the other dogs to see how. By the third chapter Buck has learned to stay warm at night, how to defend himself and how to not starve to death. If they know how to do all of these, then they can survive in the wilderness. Buck was arguing with the owners and other dogs because he wanted to be the leader since Spitz was dead and the dogs and owners wouldn't let him be the leader. In Chapter 5, Buck and the other dogs met their new owners Hal, Charles and Mercedes, and Buck realized very soon that they were not fit for the job. Thanks to Hal, Charles and Mercedes, Buck learned how to pull a 1,000 pounds because of all the clothes and resources plus the three of them on the one sled being pulled. When they stopped for a night, Buck started to hear a call that would come from the wild and he would vision his ancestors, the wolves. Buck learned how to stick up for the ones he loved in the 6th chapter, so he mildly attacked one of the men in the bar. Buck also learned the role of being a wolf because he spent many days in the wild running around with a wolf. In the end of the book, Buck ended up living with the wolves and becoming the leader of the pack and attacking the Yeehats because they killed John Thornton and the other dogs and humans. I think Jack London did a great job on changing Buck's character throughout the whole book because it clearly showed his character traits in the beginning of the book to his character traits in the end of the book. Buck went from being a very domestic dog to a human and animal-killing wolf.